Everyone, this is Michael Tritthart, National Technology Instructor, and I'm creating a 4-part series, and this of course is part 1 of how agents can compete with Zillow, against Zillow, and other companies that are just like that. There was a big announcement by Zillow last week, and this was about Zillow instant offers and how they are moving into the Orlando and Las Vegas market with instant offers. Caused a pretty big ruckus in the real estate world, and a lot of agents, quite honestly, were angered. But in my opinion, you can be angry, but you don't be surprised. There are a lot of companies, Zillow being one of them, that are trying to move and change and evolve the real estate market, and that is starting to happen. And so agents are wanting to control the data and wanting to be the way it's always been. And I've got news for agents: it's not going to be that way. You know, I've been personally training in the real estate world since 2001, and I've been with the Keller Williams Plano Market Center starting in 2004 to 2007 as the director of tech. Since then, going out and training all across the United States, all across Canada, have a design team that helps agents. So I've seen a lot of change in real estate, especially with the technology. And the way it's coming is basically this: you either evolve or you die. And so it's time for real estate agents to evolve what they do. You can still be competitive against Zillow and other companies like that. You don't feel like you have to just give up. My back history, some of you know this, some of you don't know this, but I used to be a teacher and a coach. So, you know, the two words give up, not in my terminology. I mean, we're going to continue to fight for our part of the business in the business world, and I think the agents should do that as well. And you can do that against these big companies. A lot of times people think, well, I can't compete against Zillow. They're too big, they're too massive. What you actually can do is you can beat Zillow in many cases, and I'm going to show you in the 4-part series some techniques that are going to allow you to do that. So this is going to be more of an overview as what we teach in the workshops, what my design team can provide that will help you with this. You can do this on your own. So if you have the tech background or you have somebody in your team to do this, by all means do this. One thing that you're going to learn throughout this 4-part series: leverage is your best friend. So find that leverage, whether it's us helping you, whether it's you doing it yourself, your 12-year-old IT genius sitting at the house, whoever, use them. Use them to your advantage. And in this first of the 4-part series, the one thing I want to focus on is going to be your site. You need to have a website that is more than just a brand. You have to have content on your site. I know a lot of agents in the past, they've gone in and they said, well, I want to have a nice looking website, and that's, you know, that's valid. You do want to have a nice looking website, and there's companies out there that will focus on the homepage and focus on your brand and get you a nice brand. And if that, and that's fine, but if that's all that you ever get is just a nice looking homepage and a good looking brand, then you will lose to Zillow every single time. Nobody goes to Zillow because it's pretty. Nobody goes to Zillow because of the brand. They go because of the data. They go because of the content. So your website needs to be built as such. Your mindset as a real estate agent needs to shift away from brand into more of content and community. I need to be able to provide information that people are going to want to use, and I need to be able to connect to the community. They don't necessarily care what color of shoes you're wearing, your puppy dog in the photo, your hats and things like that. I mean, that matters more to the real estate agent. I'm not trying to offend anybody who's done photographs like that, but your mindset needs to shift because the market is shifting. And it's shifting because of companies like Zillow and everybody else who are moving into the real estate world and trying to get their piece of the business. So again, you can be upset with Zillow, you can be upset with these companies, and that's fine, but you better adjust or you'll be out of business. So let's talk a little bit about the site and what I would suggest that you guys focus on. So I'm gonna hit upon 3 major website platforms that you guys can use. One of them is Website Box. Now, Website Box is very similar to Wix and other websites that are out there. Aptly named Website Box. It's basically a website in a box. There's not a lot of unique design parameters that you can do to it. But one of the things that you can do, and I think that's still keyest, what we're talking about, is I can add content. So again, I don't care how pretty it is. Is it functional? And I'm talking like a consumer. Is it functional? Can I find what I want? Can I find all the different areas in Chicago if I'm looking in Chicago? Can I find information about selling my home, buying a home, things like that? Can I scroll down and very easily find the properties? And in this case, you can. So Website Box is viable for a lot of agents. It's not the most pretty site that you're ever going to have, but it is viable. It's content rich. And that's what's going to be key as you go throughout this 4-part series. Next platform that we can take a look at is going to be Playster. Playster is available to all NAR members. They have agreements in place with Keller Williams. They have agreements in place with RE/MAX to where they provide these platforms. And there are certain pieces that you can add onto this. And again, it's not necessarily about the homepage. Yes, this homepage looks nice, it looks pretty, but it's the depth, it's the content, it's what's behind the scenes. Can I go out and search for homes that are in Allen, Texas, Plano, Texas, and so forth? That's the key, not only to consumers liking your website, but also the marketing that you can do off of your website. So you want to go in and make sure that you can provide the depth. Now, part of this depth is going to be on the Website Box and on Playster and on all these different platforms. It's going to be based on the IDX, the Information Data Exchange. That's the search tool that is added to your website that allows consumers to view all the properties in your area. So one of the key things that you need to consider, and again, you got to move past the homepage. You got to move past just the brand, because that's nothing. In the bigger picture, the whole scheme of things, that's nothing. You've got to have an IDX that is strong enough to provide the data to your consumers that they need to see. So check out Website Box, check out Playster's IDX, check out all the different IDXs that you're thinking about using to make sure they are a fit for you. Look at the pros, look at the cons, make sure that it's all working for you. Okay. One of the benefits about the Playster IDX, for instance, is it comes with the platform. There's no additional cost for that. However, one thing that is a big limitation right now in the Playster IDX is they don't have the ability to search for school data, which in a lot of markets, that's a pretty huge element that is missing. They are working on it as we speak, but that's something that is missing at this point. Something else to take a look at. So you got Website Box, you've got Playster. Another option that's out there, and again, you kind of have to weigh the pros and the cons, but another option that's out there is to go with a custom WordPress platform. Now, if you go a custom WordPress platform, then it can be designed pretty much any way that you want it to be designed. This is kipbocher.com. My design team created this custom website, luxury website for the San Diego real estate market. And as you scroll down through here, is it easy for the consumers to find data? Yes, it is. Can they go in and look for unique searches? Can I find all the homes that are for sale in La Jolla? Yes, you can. So that IDX is providing the data that's in here as well. This IDX that is used on this custom WordPress platform also gives the ability to search for schools and everything else that's out there. It has a mapping interface. It has everything that you need. So a custom WordPress platform is very viable for a lot of agents. However, the con of that is it's going to be a little bit more expensive to build. Placer's IDX comes with the system. If you're going to do something like this, then you're going to have to do most likely idxbroker.com. idxbroker.com is going to be a provider of the search tool that is going to cost you about $59.99 a month. If you want to go with the platinum route, which I do suggest, that's what you're seeing over here on kipbocher.com. However, I think in the long run, I think it's more than worth the cost. But you have to decide. You have to decide what you want. You can build content on a custom WordPress. You can build content on a customized Playster platform. You can build content on a customized Website Box platform as well. So it's the depth. It's that type of information. It's the property searches. It's the local content. That's where you guys are going to start to be able to beat Zillow. And I'm going to show you throughout the series agents who have done that as well. Now, as we move along through here and through this 4-part series, if you ever have any questions as to what we're sharing, all you have to do is come back over here to my website. Just come over to michaeltritthart.com. You can send me an email. That's going to go straight to me. If you have questions, if you have comments, that's fine. I'll answer those for you. I make a commitment as a former director of tech for an office of 330 agents that I'm going to be here as a resource for you. This is not necessarily a vendor sales pitch. This is an educational series that I want you guys to understand how you can start to change your mindset and focus on what you need to focus on in your business to be successful and compete against the big box companies that are in the real estate market. Now, if there is a opportunity for us to help you to do that, then we're here to help you. But again, it's one of those things where if you can do it yourself, more power to you. That's great. So this is series 1, part 1. And the biggest thing that I want you to take away from this is think bigger than your brand when it comes to your website. Think content. Think depth. Think searches that I can then use to market and promote my local area. Be the expert of your community. So that's what we're going to get into in the series 2, 3, and 4 parts of this, is how to build onto this. So thanks for watching this, and stay tuned for volume 2.